Okay, let's look at some probability when we're rolling a fair dice. Now, first, let's look at the probability rules, the properties of probability, they call them. First of all my answers are going to have to be between 0 and 1 when they are written as a decimal. 0 is your smallest probability, 1 is your highest. Now, when you write them as a percent, it's 0 to 100. Okay, but for the decimal answers, it's 0 to 1, and your fractions would also be between the 0 and 1. Rule number 2 says that the probability that something cannot happen, if it's impossible, the answer is 0. And property number 3, I said rule, but it's actually property. Property number 3 says that if it's certain to happen, it's absolutely going to happen, the answer is 1. So now let's compare these rules with the dice. When you roll a dice, your options are you can get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. We're talking about a single fair dice. So that's all of our options. We have 6 of them. So now let's look at part A. Part A says the number 2 is rolled. Well, there's 1, 2 out of 6 numbers. So the answer to that would be 1, 6. You can also divide that out and write it as a decimal if you want. Typically, they'll leave it in fraction form. Let's look at the next one. A number other than 2 is rolled. Well, it could be a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. There are 5 other numbers besides 2. So that would be 5 out of 6. The next one, a number 7 is rolled. Well, there's no possibility of getting a 7. There's not a 7 on a fair dice, so the answer to that one would be 0. And the last one here, the number less than 7 is rolled. Well, all of the numbers on the dice are less than 7, so that would be 6 out of 6, or, from the property above, if it's a sure thing, the answer would be 1.